Hey Cancer, this is Mama TPG with One Love, One Light Tarot. Welcome to your energy reading. We're actually going to start out with the wild unknown animal spirit and get a few of those. I'm going to read the descriptions from the guidebook because Kim Kranz does a beautiful job of really putting into words the essence and like spirit of the different animals on the cards, and I just felt like that would be much more beneficial than my interpretation. I really love the way she describes it. So let's get started. Spirit, what animal represents Cancer right now? Cancer energy. And we have the vulture, and this is air. Could be dealing with the air sign, but probably not. I feel like this is you. Any others that are representing Cancer energy right now? And we have the gazelle, which is fire energy. So again, you could be dealing with fire, but I feel like this is you. So let's see what it says here. Okay, where is the vulture? So unfortunately, these cards are not numbered or in alphabetical order, so it's a little bit time consuming to find. Okay, here we go. Vulture. Guardian and purifier, essential for rebalance. The vulture is perhaps the most misunderstood creature of all. This intriguing bird balances our ecosystem and prevents the spread of disease. It does the dirty work that no one else wants to do and cleans up our messes. The vulture appears when there's a situation that needs to be purified or brought back into balance. Remember, the vulture is greatly undervalued. What you thought was a mistake or tragedy is a blessing in disguise. So it says, when in balance, clarifies and reveals wisdom. When out of balance, it's dramatic and aggressive. Well, I can see that possibly for Cancer. So the other one is gazelle. So let's find that one. Here we go. Gazelle, heightened awareness and ability, vulnerable. The gazelle represents supreme grace. With every move, this awe-inspiring beauty emits sophistication and elegance. Gazelle personalities are often hyper-aware of their surroundings, bordering on hyper-vigilant, and this can inhibit them from enjoying the beauty they spent so much effort cultivating. No more worrying about all those predators out there in the wild. When this card appears, it's time to get back to the present moment. Sit down, find your breath, and acknowledge the bounty that surrounds you. Let it nourish your gentle spirit. So it says, when in balance, graceful, perceptive, and artistic, and when out of balance, food allergies, insomnia, and racing mind. I definitely see this as going with Cancer at times too. Okay, so we're talking about, the undervalued vulture that brings balance to a situation, and the gazelle who's not necessarily taking the time to see the beauty that she's created around her. He, she, it doesn't matter. All right, so let's see how that applies. Spirit, what's the current situation for Cancer? What's the current situation for Cancer? And we have the Strength card. Okay, could be dealing with a Leo, doesn't have to be. What is the challenge? What's the challenge for Cancer? And we have the Father of Cups. What is the advice from Spirit? We have the Three of Swords. And the outcome. And we have the Empress. Okay. Okay, so the Strength card, sometimes it's a little alarming to see this card because I feel like the divine brings this to you to remind you of your strength. And that could be because you're going to need it, right? All joking aside, really, strength is about that inner strength, about having courage in a situation, about, recognizing the impact that you have on things. So I feel like, definitely goes along with this vulture and this gazelle. It's about recognizing the beauty that you bring to a situation, and recognizing the balance and how graceful you can be, but how when this is out of line, obviously there can be some aggression there. All right, so as the challenge, we have the Father of Cups, and the Father of Cups is someone who is quite emotionally balanced. It could be, a fatherly figure. It doesn't have to be a male, but I feel like, this is someone that people go to for advice. This is somebody that, has that balancing effect on people, like understanding where to put your emotion and where to pull back your emotion, where it's, a drain on you as a resource. So, to have this heartbreak as the advice from spirit, I feel like there has been some heartache, maybe recently, or it could have been in, a long time ago. And I think what this has done is really, possibly closed you off to that emotional flow that you need in order to, really see the beauty that you have created around you. The Empress is the outcome, and the Empress is all about growth and fertility and creating, So I feel like there's been something blocking you seeing that creativity. And the Vulture is being called in to balance this out and pick out the decayed parts that no longer serve you and allow you to have that fresh, clean healing in order to see everything you've created and grown, right? So let's get some clarification on this here. Spirit, why is strength here for Cancer? And we have the Two of Wands, and it says the waiting game. For me, this is really about recognizing your life purpose. And it doesn't have to be your life purpose, but I feel like there's paths before you that are going to both be important no matter which you pick. Right here, it's showing one is planting roots and one is growing. But are they, is this connecting? This is time. This is taking the time to watch something grow, right? Or put in the time to making something grow. And so that's why it's called the waiting game. But it's really about making a decision. And a lot of times it's about, well, I could do this or I could do that, but I'm waiting to see if this person does that, then I'll do this. And this is about getting into where you're going to grow, right? And having the strength to move forward on that path. Why is the Father of Cups here for Cancer? And we have the Eight of Wands, which is accelerated motion. And having this Father of Cups, I feel like with this being a challenge, you're feeling stuck. You're feeling quite stuck. And you're not seeing the growth. And this could definitely be about a work situation. I feel like there's something about really seeing your own worth here and being able to excel, right? Excel in where you're at. You know your worth, but there's something that is keeping you held back, and you may be focusing it on your leader or someone you're competing with or something like that. But I feel like no, it's inside of you, and that is very empowering. It can feel at first like I'm not sabotaging myself. They just aren't seeing what I'm worth. But no, this heartbreak in the past or some kind of negative thought process, swords are thoughts that has really messed with your heart and mind about your value and recognizing what you're worth. Okay, so that's what's going to bring about growth. I guarantee you walk into a place with your head held high and knowing the impact you have, knowing, that's what this was all about, knowing how much you're worth, the impact that you have on, your work situation or whatever this is for you. Why is the Three of Swords here for Cancer? And we have the Eight of Swords, trapped in fear. Yeah, it's like a mind game. It's a mind game that you're playing with yourself, and it's very easy to think that others are manipulating things, or that that you're just there doing your job. But it has become a prison because you aren't allowing yourself to heal from whatever something told you that you weren't worth something. You're very creative. You have that nurturing nature to grow anything in your life. All right, so why is the Empress here for Cancer? And we have the Ace of Pentacles, prosperity begins, and this keeps going back to growth, right? It keeps going back to growth. And this isn't by yourself. It looks like you're being offered an opportunity here. And, it just goes so nicely with this Empress. There's a tree here that has been nurtured and made beautiful, right? And that's what this is there will be an opportunity, but you have to get out of your head. You have to figure out what's stopping this flow, this heartache that could be buried very deeply because it was too much to hurt or feel at the time. And I'm not saying that this has to be some monumental event that you need to be hypnotized in order to remember. It can be much smaller than that, and it can be little things that took root many years ago and now is just really needing to be dug out, cut out. Okay? So let's see what guidance we have. And this is resonating with me too. So I am not preaching something that I'm not going through myself, believe me. Spirit, what guidance do we have for Cancer? And we have vibration. Your vibration is being raised to higher levels. You are connected to cosmic intelligence. So this raising your vibration, allowing these low vibrational thoughts to fade away in order to usher in that higher vibration. Because when you vibe high, that's all you attract is high vibe. And that's what we're talking about here. A new opportunity. It may be within your current work situation. It may be somewhere else. But you're going to be vibing high. And so those things, those opportunities will come to you. Any other guidance for Cancer? And we have channel. You are a channel through which healing energy reaches the world. Beautiful. I love to hear that. I'm also Cancer rising, so this is very much resonating with me. I always get emotional in your readings because they're for me too. All right, those are the messages that came through, Cancer. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. And remember that the universe has your back, and so do I. Take care.